So as I was working in class the other day, we need a little bit more help in clearing fractions and linear equations. So what I'm talking about is the following equation. So if I have 1/2 x minus 1/5 x equals 1 plus 3/10 x, I've actually got four terms sitting here. Okay, I've got the 1/2 x term, the negative 1/5 x term, the 1, and the positive 3/10 x. And it's kind of important that you know those in order for this to work. In order for this to work, we have to find a least common denominator. All right, refer back to the previous videos if you need to find the least common multiple found in the denominator. But with that, I've got four terms that I have to find that in: the 1/2 x, the negative 1/5 x, the 1, and the 3/10 x. In this case, my least common denominator is 10. All right, so if I have to build those add or subtract fractions, I have to have a common denominator, in this case of 10. But in this case, I'm going to use that 10 number, to get rid of my fractions. And all I'm doing is building this equation up. When I do the left side, I do the right side, maintaining equality. I'm going to build that fraction up big enough to where the denominators fall out of it. All right, so here's how I do that. So I found out my common denominator, or my least common multiple found in my denominator, is 10. So I'm going to take that times the entire left side. When I do that, I have to do it to the right side as well. So now I'm going to take this 10 and I'm going to take it to this term. All right. So 1/2 of 10 is 5 of those x's. I've got two terms, so I have to distribute that term, that 10, to both terms. So I get negative, and 10/5 x is actually just 2x. Notice how my denominators are now gone. What I do to one side, I got to do to the other. And there's two terms that sit over here. There's the 1, so yes, I have to distribute that to the 10. So it equals 10. And I have to distribute it here. So 30 over 10x, it just works out to 3x. And now from there, you can kind of see I'm linear, meaning on a line or horizontal. And I can go ahead and solve this problem. All I do is combine like terms on the left, combine like terms on the right, which there are no terms to combine. It's already simplified. Simplify across, and I think I picked a problem that was kind of had a dual-headed purpose here. So I minus 3x, I minus 3x. What you find out is I have no more x's, or this is 0, equals 10. All right, and even though, yes, my point was to prove that, I also have another point now to prove, and that is that when you go to do any problem, you actually have three outcomes. You get 1, 2, 3 outcomes. You have an answer. And when you're solving for a variable that has an exponent of 1, which all of these do, when we combined, we were looking for 1x, what that was. We hope to find one answer. If you have a variable of x that's squared, you're going to have two answers, x that's cubed, three answers, etc., etc. But when we go to solve for equations, we hope to find one answer. However, that doesn't always happen. You can get no answers, and you can get all real numbers, or all answers work. And these two things are very similar in how we determine their outcomes. In this case, notice my x values disappear. In both of those philosophical answers, your x will disappear. No solution actually works out to what we've got. 0 does not equal 10. This is a false statement in math. This answer is no solution. There is not a thing there that will work. Had this problem worked out to where 0 equals 0, or 10 equals 10, or whatever, left side equals right side, and it is a true statement, then you get all real numbers. Okay, so just something to pay attention to. Not exactly the purpose of this video, but you know, sometimes you get multi-purposes. So hopefully that helps us a little bit on clearing some fractions. There's going to be another video or two to come. Thank you.